Hey everybody, how you doing? Welcome to Monday, July the 10th, 2023. It's great to have you here. Hope you had a great weekend out there. I had an okay weekend, except for this. I can't stop seeing this on my own camera here. This doesn't hurt. Don't worry that I'm damaging myself or anything like that. This is because my forearm touched briefly an oven door that was open. Yeah. Burned myself a little bit. Didn't realize it at the time. No pain whatsoever. Absolutely no discomfort. It just looks terrible. I'm fine. I'm a little upset about how stupid it turned out to be, but it was a bit of a mess, but we're okay. We're going to make it. Hope it doesn't gross you out. Welcome all to the party. Welcome to the show. Glad you're here. I was saying to the folks who were here for the Trade Alert show, I was basically congratulating them, and I want to make sure I get this right because I don't want to make anyone here feel like I'm ignoring anybody or I'm picking on any one particular person or group. What I want to say today is I want to congratulate those of you out there who have been watching me now for over 2.5 years, and in this time frame, right off the bat, 6 months into watching me, a year into it, just in the last few weeks, whatever. Those of you who have decided and are acting on taking control of your financial life, I want to congratulate you guys. I really do. If you're here now watching me, for the last month or so, a couple of weeks, couple of days, couple of seconds, you've somehow stumbled across this channel by some absolute fluke of nature. It just blows my mind. Some of you tell me how you find me. It just blows me away how you do it. You found me, and you're hanging around here and listening to what I have to say and liking it and finding that it makes sense to you. And because of the fact that you've come to this channel, you have begun to change your attitude towards how you're going to manage your own assets, or you've kind of figured out, I have assets that are not doing anything for me. I got this, I have equity in my house, or I have a second property that I rent out, and it has a lot of equity in it that it doesn't do anything for me, or I could find a way to get equity out of a second home and then put that money to work writing options, for example, and advancing my retirement, I guess is another way to say it. Building is one way to say it, but advancing. So many of you out there have figured out, because of what we talk about here all the time, that for you personally, what could happen is if you were to learn how to write stock options on stock you already have and assets you stock or assets you can get your hands on that you can write options on. In other words, you'll find the right instrument to use to write options. You're figuring out, my God, the amount of capital I could be bringing in here would speed up the first thing in my life that I want to do, and that is quit my damn day job. Number one. Maybe I can go from working full-time and part-time to just working full-time. Step number one. Step number two, maybe going from a full-time job and a part-time job to just going down to a part-time job. That might be step number two. Say goodbye to the full-time job and only work part-time. Step number three, no, I'm getting rid of whatever work I do for anyone else, and I'm working for myself only, managing my own wealth and my own cash flow. And thank you very much. Again, all of you out there who are going down this road in any way you want to be going down it, I commend you. You've done some serious thinking about your life and your financial existence and your existing circumstances. And you've reflected on where you've been at and where you're at now and where you want to be. This is the hardest thing to do for some of you. I get it. I do it all the time. I've been doing it all my lifetime. I'm always trying to figure out, am I on the right track? Am I doing it the right way? Where am I at? All this past weekend, all I thought about was this channel. Am I doing it right? Am I helping people get to where they want to go? Is there anything I can do to make it better? How is it affecting my relationship with my lady? How's it affecting my relationship with my family? How's it affecting me mentally, spiritually, endurance wise, on and on and on? Because we all are getting older every day that goes by, and we have to deal with the world in which we're in. And um, I'm always looking for inspiration. I'm sure some of you also are as well. Some of you find it here, you find it elsewhere, you find it in many places. I'm the same way. And I'm excited for so many of you because I reflect on this channel's history, where I just started this stock market channel in 2020, in the middle of 2020, but I didn't go live until January 2021. And so here we are, July 23. So it's a year and a half and a little bit, about a year and a half or so down, 2.5 years down the road. And there have been a lot of you who've come through here. Now, is every single person that ever come through this channel been successful? No. Has everyone who ever come through here found the answer for their economic well-being? No. What I found and what I constantly understand is, and you understand this yourselves if you've been here a while, you try to explain to anyone you know what it is you do with me here on a daily basis or once in a while basis. And a lot of your deepest, closest, trusted people think you're an idiot, or they think you're out of your freaking mind. You know what you're doing, or who is this guy, and what kind of a guru are you following? I mean, come on, what are you kidding me? At the end of the day, all you're gonna do when it's really all said and done, it was down the road. You've done it already. You're doing it now. You're going to do it in the short term, near term. You're going to look at your portfolio and you're going, am I doing is it doing all right? Am I making money here? Am I ahead? Do I feel better about my investments? Do I feel better about controlling my economic life the way I'm controlling it now? Am I halfway down the road to where I want to be? Am I a quarter of the way there? Am I 3/4 of the way there? Am I doing it the right way, the wrong way? This is what you're all doing, and you should all be doing this. And I commend you if you are taking control of your financial existence to try to figure out where you're going. Half the battle's been won. It has to come down to, at the end of the day, you really have to want it. And if you really are desperately looking to build your own wealth, you'll find a way. And if I'm helping you get there, oh man, am I pumped up. Can I hardly wait to see you in New York? I can hardly wait to see you folks in New York. I am hoping that as the summer goes on, that many of you are going to take the opportunity to catch up with Jennifer and I on October the 21st of this year, Saturday, October 21. We will either meet you in downtown Manhattan or we're going to do it in Jersey. I haven't figured it out yet, but I'm working on it. We're trying to figure out where we can meet as many of you as possible, as economically friendly as possible, but also as logistically convenient as possible. Because I'm getting messages from many of you who are saying, we're flying in. We're coming in from 500 miles away. We're coming in from further than that. We're coming in for a certain amount of time. And some of you have friends and relatives in the Northeast that you're going to fly to, and then you're going to figure out a way to get to us. And others of you are flying in on your own, straight in. And some of you are going to land in Newark. Some of you are landing in LaGuardia. It's everything. And then there are those who are driving in. You're going to drive in and come and see us. So we've been trying to figure out the best way to work this. And Jen and I will figure this out shortly. But we are so looking forward to seeing you, because I don't know how much longer I'll be on the air. I'm going to be 68 this year. I have no idea how long I can do this. My best buddy had to have a triple bypass this past year, and he's a non-smoker. And so I don't know what the physical limitations are for myself. I feel fine. I think I'm doing all right. But I don't go for jogs and I don't work out and I don't have a physical trainer and I don't have the greatest diet. And hey, I don't know how much longer I have, but I'm here and I'm enjoying every day and every week as much as I can. So this get together in New York could possibly be the only time that we ever see each other. I don't know. None of us knows. How are you feeling? How are you doing? What's your world like? You tell me. This world is constantly changing. None of us thought that in 2020, 2021, we would be shut down from doing anything. That was the revelation of revelations. Now we're back up and running again. Hey, this is an opportunity to get together. So I do hope that a number of you will find a way to go. You know what? We're gonna figure out a way to get up there and let's get together and just say hi. Whatever. Looking forward to it. We'll keep you posted on details as we work them out. I mentioned this morning on the Trader Alert for the Gold Bagel members right here for you guys. I mentioned this morning how I keep reading and coming across information, stats, details of how many billions of dollars, and I don't mean single billions, I'm thinking tens of billions of dollars, are, in my humble opinion, are wasted by a lot of people out there that don't know what's happening. It's kind of like you're down by the river and you're trying to fill a bucket full of water to bring it back to your village, and you're doing it with your fingers wide open, and you're filling the bucket up with water. But man, is it taking a long time? And you could have been way more efficient. Had a smaller bucket and filled up the bigger bucket. This kind of thing. There's ways. This is happening in a roundabout way. This is happening to a lot of people out there who have retirement savings plans through their employer, or they've set up savings plans through asset managers. I'm not sure what word to use for these folks. whether you're just putting $50 a month into a retirement plan through your employer and they're matching half of it, all of it, doubling it, whatever they're doing, or up to however many dollars a month you're putting in there, more power to you. There are people here and everywhere who are putting away tens of thousands of dollars when they can into a dedicated savings investment plan, and it's being managed for them by asset managers. What they don't understand or fully comprehend, they don't fully get it, is how much of their money is being eaten up by fees and management fees. How much of the profits that are being generated by the money that they're putting in is actually falling into the hands of managers before any of it comes to you. And the reality is, you might be told, oh, well, we're going to send you a quarterly statement in the mail every quarter, and you can go online anytime you want, see how your account is doing, and blah, 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 blah. Yeah, all that is great. But you're paying for that. You're paying for that service. The more service they're giving you, you're paying for that service. It's just, there's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. There are firms out there who are telling you how you're doing after they help you establish where you want your money to go, what kind of risk areas and tolerance levels you have. They're taking their fees off the top. And it's a percentage or it's a flat fee. Then there are the managers who are managing the funds that are being managed. And then there are funds that are investing into funds on your behalf. And those funds have fees as well. It just goes on and on. The layers never stop getting piled. It's like an onion. You pile the first onion layer off, and there's another one, and you take that one off, there's another one, and then you never get to the middle of the damn thing. When it comes down to your return, your final return on your money, when you have an 8 to 10% gain in the year, there could have been 15% made on your money before you got 8. When there's an 18% loss in your account, the losses were 10%. But by the time the fees got in there, it got worse. It's amplified in both directions, and you don't see it because it's not itemized. It'll never be itemized. It can't be itemized because even your advisors can't tell you definitively all the fees that are buried deep inside your investments. When you hand dough over to professionals to manage it for you, you're supposed to be given a peace of mind. And one of the pieces of mind that they're trying to give you is they're saying to you, let's sit down and go over your risk tolerance level, your age, your demographic, your life. And let's figure out where your money should go and where your money shouldn't go. And that is a good thing. There's nothing wrong with that. The reality, though, is that once that's done, that is a set program now. That's kind of done. And it's not adjusted very often. It can be adjusted here and there, but it's not going to be done very often. Some of you have probably noticed that in 5 or 7 or 12 years, you've never adjusted any of your investment tolerance levels ever. You've just left it the way it was. Some of you got lucky. Some of you got lucky and you decided, I'm going to have all my money go into one sector of investing. And you caught a good wave for a while. Others of you just got fortunate in that you caught a great bull market during the Obama years, and then a little more for the Trump years before the end came up, before the wheels fell off. You did all right for a number of years, and you grew your dough. But the reality is that you didn't have $1 million to start, and you don't have $1 million now. You had 20 grand, 40 grand, 70 grand, 100 grand, 150 grand, 200. You made money on your money, but you left a lot on the table. And that is the reality. And those of you who stick around here long enough, you figure this out pretty quickly. You actually realize, yeah, these asset managers are costing me a fortune. They really are. And the tables keep coming out. These examples keep coming out in certain financial podcasts, or you may find it in the Financial Post, or you might find it in the New York Times. Sometimes you'll see an article by a financial reporter where they'll show you a chart that was prepared by Cornell University or Harvard or some mathematician somewhere has put together a chart that says, look, if you are putting in so much money a month into a plan and your employer is matching it, then this much money every 30 days is going into your savings plan. But with the fees that these guys charge, estimated to be here, your actual returns are going to be less than if you did it yourself. In other words, if you put $100 a month into an ETF on your own through a zero fee brokerage account, you'd make more money that way than if you had it managed for you. Makes sense. You then realize that after 10 years, 12 years, 15 years, 18 years, 20 years, over time, the amount you're generating, what you actually have in value in your account versus what you could have had, is substantial. And in some cases, it's hundreds of thousands of dollars, depending on how much you're putting in versus what you're getting back. Those of you who are here, you've decided, you know what, Bruce, I've done that. I've done that for years and years and years. And it's now time for me to take control because I am 45 and I got 20 years to go before I retire. I'm 55 and I want to be retired by age 60, 65. I've got 5-10 years left. These are the years where I'm going to take over control of my assets because these are the years that my fees are insane. Some of you out there are going to have to say to yourselves and admit to yourselves that your annual expenses are at least 3% of the value of your portfolio on an annual basis. So you figure out you got $500,000 saved up over 25 years. You are paying $15,000 a year in fees buried deep into the return of your portfolio right now. And you're going to pay that for the next however number of years you got to go. Are there 10 years left in your savings plan? You're going to be paying a minimum of $15,000 a year now for the next 10 years on your investments. That's $150,000. And if you compound your assets, which you should be, it's going to be more than that. It could well be $250,000. This $250,000 could mean the difference between you living in a subsidized retirement center run by your state living in the basement of your kid's house, maybe hanging onto your home, but certainly not being able to retire where you want to retire, how you retire. You may find that you wanted always to retire in a warmer climate for the winters, and it's just not going to happen because you just don't have the cash flow and the asset base to get you there because you're short a quarter of a million, a half a million. You're short so much cash you don't realize you're short. You by the time you get to 65, you go, well, this is how much I got. And if someone sat down with you and said, well, if you'd have done this 20 years ago, you would now have this much, you would be cringing at the thought. A number of you have decided, I don't know what that number is. I don't want to know what that number is. I just know this. If I take control of my finances and I understand how the markets kind of work, I find a place where I can be comfortable with other investors to follow the markets and learn how to bring in some income on my account. I'm a happy camper. And some of you have found it right here. A number of you have found it right here. You've become option writers. You've become self-reliant managers of your portfolios, and you're writing options on your portfolios. You've adjusted your portfolios to write options as well. And many of you have figured out, my God, I had no idea that I could take $200,000 of my assets, rearrange them the way I've been rearranging them here on this channel, and now generate income on that, on the instruments that I'm now in control of. This is absolutely mind-blowing to me because 5 years ago, 2 years ago, a year ago, my returns were so much, and now they are this. They are so much higher, and I am in control of what it does. That this gives me far more comfort than what I had before. Because in the past, I had to wait for the quarterly financials to come out. I had to wait for the monthly statement to show up in the mail from the administrator of my firm's retirement plan. They had no idea what was going on. We had a meeting once every 3 months, every 6 months, once a year at the office. They would tell us how our funds were doing. And if I was sick that week, I wasn't feeling too well, I missed the meeting. Or if I went on vacation, for 2 weeks in July, and that was the week they were coming, I would miss it. And for years, I never bothered to go to these things because they were boring. Why? Because you didn't understand it. I get it. I commend you all who have taken the step to take control of your financial life. Am I your greatest counselor in the world? No. Am I going to make you a better husband or wife or shopper or whatever? No, probably not. Do I help? Maybe I do. Maybe if I've encouraged you to take advantage of the knowledge that's available to you to become a smarter financial person, you've also decided that if I can improve my finances, I can also improve other aspects of my life. And this is the beginning of a trend. Well, then great. Believe me, great. Thank you, all of you who send me emails to let me know how you're doing. It's humbling to hear how you're coming along. Does every single person on this channel win? No. Never. Does every single person who has a financial advisor always make money? No. It doesn't work that way. It's an individual thing. It's how much you put into it versus you getting out of it. I do all I can to encourage you to be here, of course, watching live or on rerun. But I also encourage you to step up and make the commitment to yourself any way you can to become a better trader, more knowledgeable market participant, to understand finance better. And if part of that is because you take my classes, great. I can certainly point to that and say, they're not the best classes in the world. It's not like there are Emmy Awards was sent to me by organizations saying, oh, your classes are incredible. They're pretty basic classes. I mean, it's low budget stuff, but the info in there is gold. And if you really want to understand how the markets work, how options really work, how they're created, how they trade, why they trade, what makes them do what they do, and then you want to understand how to write them, how to buy them back, stink offers, stink bids, 90-10 rules, expiry dates, puts, calls, poor man cover call. I mean, it just goes on and on and on. I've only done 15 lessons so far. That's all I've done. I got to do 15 more for you guys. I really do. But this isn't in a month. This isn't the crash course. This is going to come out of me when I'm ready to give it out to you guys. I've done 15 so far. A number of you have seen all 15, and I commend you for that. Some of you have watched 4 or 5 and have decided, I know enough now to be an option writer. It's up to you how far you take this. I can't criticize you if you haven't taken 15, and I can't commend you if you've taken 4. I can only say whatever works for you. But at the end of the day, the more you put into it, the more you're going to get out of it. And there's some gold in these lessons that you folks need. I know a number of you need to understand everything about options as much as you can. I get a lot of private emails asking me for advice about this trade, and it's obvious to me you have not taken the classes. And now you're asking me to give you trading advice without you being fully informed as to what's going on. And that is, you're cheating yourselves. You take my classes. Yes, I make money. Yeah, it's $150 a class. Absolutely. Yeah, I get $150 less the PayPal fees. But I also then have to answer fewer basic raw questions. And what scares me sometimes, worries me from time to time, especially over the weekends when I have time to think about it, is how many questions I get from viewers with tens of thousands of dollars on the line, and they want to know what to do with their dough, and they have not even bothered to take a $150 class. This is scary to me. This is, you're trying to learn to drive a race car, and you don't even know how to run a Volkswagen. This is a recipe for ultimate disaster that will come back to bite you in the end because you're not putting in the work. You've got to put in the work. It's as simple as that. Once you do, you'll be forever rewarded for the rest of your life. And you can watch the classes anytime you want, rewatch them again and again. Once you own that class, you can watch that class yet again and again and again. But you gotta want to do it. And so I cannot encourage you enough. I can't emphasize enough that you really have to do this. Now, let me tell you a little story, a little quick thing here. We're about half an hour away from opening. This past weekend, I have been thoroughly enjoying my brand new television. Jennifer and I bought a new TV about 3 weeks ago through Costco, had it home delivered. 75-inch monster, absolutely wonderful, the largest television I've ever had. And I'm enjoying it. This past few days, Jennifer's been with her sister, and I'm on my own, and so I can watch whatever I want on the TV. And I've been taking advantage of it. And I've had a plethora of entertainment on my television that I've enjoyed very, very much. Last night, I watched something that I've never watched before, specifically targeted before. Definitely not. And I wasn't sure if I'd enjoy this or not. I wasn't certain I would really enjoy it or not. But I did. I ended up watching a show, and it's a documentary is the wrong way to say it, but it's kind of like a camera crew was following an individual during a 1 week time frame, and you got to see behind the scenes stuff and the effect on people. And what was it? If you've seen it, you'll know what I'm talking about. If you know who Tony Robbins is, you know who Tony Robbins is? I've heard of Tony Robbins for decades. Tony Robbins has been a very successful, motivational type of a person. Has helped a lot of people through a lot of things. And this was a camera crew following him for a week. For a 1 week, I'll call it an improvement seminar. There was a word they gave it, and I can't remember what they called it. They had the name of this thing. Anyway, it was a 1 week get together in Florida where people traveled from all over the place. I think 71 countries. So we're from 71 countries, including USA. They came into this area in Florida for this 1 week, $5,000 seminar to improve themselves and find themselves and discover themselves and all this stuff. And he was doing, I think he was doing a presentation. He was on stage for 5 straight days for what, a couple hours in the morning, a couple hours in the afternoon. I can't quite remember. It was hours and hours and hours of his time. And that didn't matter to me. I was just really interested in watching how he did what he did, how he got himself ready to do what he was doing. He had a lot of team leaders with him to help him, because we're talking 2,400 people in the room at $5,000 a person for the week. You had to divvy that room up into groups of, I think, 40. There might have been 60 groups of people, of 40 groups per group, people per group. You had team leaders, advisors, and there were several people per group, not one person per, but several of his team members per 40 people. And they were going through all kinds of just millions of issues. And whether it was career objectives, life objectives, emotional baggage. I mean, it ran the gamut. There were people who were suicidal in this thing. I mean, it just way over my head. But I had to really, I acknowledged to myself, like, wow, this was something. This was really something to see. And after the first 10, 15 minutes of watching, you got the impression, you could really feel the atmosphere in the room, and you could understand his attempt to handle 2,400 individual people's needs through his groups, through his advisors, hundreds of people working with him. It was impressive. It was really impressive. And I enjoyed it. I enjoyed it very much. I've always enjoyed I've been to a few, not many, but I've been to a few in my years as in the brokerage business, where I've been invited, or I was able to attend a motivational kind of a speech. You know, you can see I think I was at one event that was in Calgary. This is 40 years ago, 30, 40 years ago, where there were like 4 speakers that came on stage. Each one had 20 minutes or something, like 20, 30 minutes. And the good ones, the 30 minutes were over so fast, you couldn't believe it. I mean, they were saying their goodbyes now, and you're going, oh, no, you only just started. Give me more. Really fascinating. I've always been intrigued by people like that. And it's been inspirational for me to see how people can affect other people. And I realized early on, when I was in the brokerage business as a stock broker, that other brokers would come to me for advice all the time. And I couldn't understand. I'm only in the business 3 months, 6 months, a year and a half, and people are coming to me. Brokers with 5 years experience are coming to me asking me questions about, how do I handle this? And I ran into this and I run into that. Fascinating, which proved to me that you're kind of made of management. You're a people manager, and you might be better off as a people manager rather than just as a broker only. And I eventually became a branch manager and VP of a firm. Fascinating stuff. Anyway, this was really unique to watch, and I'm watching that thinking of you guys, and I'm going, well, I don't think I'm a Tony Robbins kind of a character or anything like that. There's no way I'm like that. But man, was that something to watch. I mean, this room was massive with gigantic TV screens, halfway down the room. And there were people running around with microphones to talk to people. And there were lighting people and sound people and video people and cameras everywhere. My God. Looking at this thing going, wow, this is the top of the top end here. But my God, it was amazing to watch. I enjoyed it. I really did. I found it unique to see this world from that angle. And of course, I'm watching here a guy who's been doing this all his adult life, and they have got these seminars down to a T for organization and motivation and everything else. But it was kind of cool to see. Anyway, there you have it. How you doing, everybody? Welcome to the show here. We're 24 minutes away. I haven't read anyone's classes today or comments today. I'm sorry. Richard Carlin and Lame Duck and Karen and Chase. Good morning, all of you. Neat. JR is here. The thumbs ups are coming in. JR is here at 18 already. Dude 19. So many others. Deep Value. Alex, guys, thank you for these thumbs ups already. I just, what can I say? Good morning, Uncle Bruce from Dolph Ziegler. We need antigen back so you don't burn yourself again. Yeah, that's right. Keep me away from the oven. Selmouse Fast Upper Marlboro. Good morning. I'm number 34, Bruce. Good morning, all of you guys. Is anything going on with Aspire stock? I hope you have a wonderful day. Please shout out to Keith and Susan in Brooklyn, New York. Keith and Susan in Brooklyn. How you guys doing? Are you going to come and see me when I come to New York? Are you going to be able to see me October 21 in Jen? That would be great. Drew, number 41. Good morning, everybody. BW, number 42. On Spire, I don't have any news for any of you other than I did notice I entered a search question in Google this weekend asking Google the 50 most shorted stocks, I think is what I asked Google, and I got a response. And in the top 10, ATIP was in the top 10 for shorted stock, number one. Spire was not mentioned in the top 50, unfortunately. I wish it was. This is just, again, another one of our SPACs. So we got Spire, we got ATIP, we've got SoFi, we have others. But I don't have anything on Spire other than all I see on Spire are announcements like you guys see, where they'll announce a contract between, a weather service for Britain or a forest fire monitoring for the U.S. government. They've signed a contract to do that, where they're using cameras from satellites in space, and they're doing thermal imaging, and they're measuring temperatures, and they're doing, really high-end stuff. But I have no idea financially what these mean. They don't release dollar figures. My hunch is that these are maybe monthly contracts that, they get $5,000 a month or $10,000 a month, and it's $100,000 a year, and it's a 3-year contract, and it's a $250,000 contract, a $300,000, a $500,000 contract. I'm guessing. I can't tell you. I can't guarantee. I don't know. Looking at their financials, they do millions in sales. They're adding millions in sales, I think. They're renewing contracts all the time. But I can't break it down. I know that they've got more clients now and more subscribers now than ever before. So they're a growing company. They just keep growing out. And I'm guessing the game plan is that sooner or later, they will reach that critical point in time where the next client they sign up for $5,000 a month, $10,000 a month, $20,000 a month, whatever the contract is, that's the contract where they now make money. That every contract coming in from here on out, it's all profit now, because all the expenses of the company and every dollar coming in now, 80% of it is profit, 20% is cost, and they've reached that point of profitability, and they're now a profitable corporation. I'm wondering, are they very close to being able to announce that to the world? Is that truly coming our way? I can't wait. I can't wait. I can't answer the question. That's honestly it. Alex, I've been reading that a big cause of continuing inflation is corporate profiteering. Robert Reich's been vocal about this. Would be good to hear this on your theory. It's possible that a lot of companies out there have taken advantage of inflation to raise prices. But keep in mind, the private sector is very sensitive to their competition. And if you raise your prices and your competition doesn't, now you are now maybe pricing yourself out of business. The other thing is you've got clients that you might deal with the public. Okay, maybe your product goes right to the public, but maybe your product doesn't. For example, um, you're Nike, okay, and you have your products being made, like your t-shirts and your sweatpants and your running shoes. You have it all produced in the third world, Bangladesh, Pakistan, Indonesia, elsewhere, for pennies on the labor dollar. Okay, great old American company using overseas cheap labor to produce goods. And if you bring that product back to the USA and you deposit it into your warehouses and then only distribute it to your own Nike stores at retail centers that you run and control. In other words, your product is designed, manufactured, and sent and distributed and retailed all under the Nike brand name, even on your website. You don't have to answer to anybody else about those prices. Whatever you set them at are yours. And if those shoes, for example, if you offer shoes through your store that you do not offer to the Foot Lockers of the world and any of the other athletic shoe outfits, then you don't have to worry about, the justifying the pricing of your goods. On the other hand, however, if you are Nike and you bring in a million pair of this shoe, this shoe, this shoe, this shoe, whatever the numbers are, and you're selling them in your store and you're selling them wholesale to these other retailers, now you do have a problem, because by you bumping the price of a pair of shoes by $2 a pair to a Foot Locker, they've got to add $4 to the price of the shoe at the retail level. And if the shoe is available at the Nike store for $2 a pair less than at Foot Locker, and Foot Locker is under restrictions by Nike that says this is the price you retail the shoe at and not a penny less, otherwise we don't let you carry the product, now you are affecting the market. You're not dealing just with the end customer, you're dealing with customers before the end customer. And this is something that corporations have to be wary of. So, yeah, you could say in some cases, well, it sounds to me like there's corporate inflation going on here, greed inflation. There might be some of that, but in the end, it all comes down to margins and market share. And if shares of Converse or Adidas shoes or Skechers or Vans of these other shoes are catching market share, and you lose 1/10 of a percentage point of market share because you got greedy, you're going to pay. That's going to cost you. So you got to be careful how that works. James Barnaby Fishing, 12 months and 0 days today as a member of this channel. Thank you, all of you who are letting me know how long you've been part of this channel. It's so appreciated. Any of you putting those green bars out there, thank you very much. 1 year today. This is awesome stuff. Touch Grass, number 47, Maria 49, Matthew 50. Thank you for these thumbs ups. Clifton, New Jersey, about 15 minutes from Lincoln Tunnel, and should have plenty of accommodations. Flint Creek, morning gang, hug your loved ones a little extra today. Holding vigil with my mom. She got to see Uncle Bruce and say she thinks he's cute. Life changes rapidly. Love this gang. Thank you so much. Kind words. Lorraine, number 58. Good morning. Yes, enjoy every day. Chase, Uncle Bruce speaks to us with gritted teeth, controlled rage, and determination in his tone, and a burn in his arm. Should we be concerned? Splair, good morning, y'all. Can't wait to catch everyone tomorrow again for a complete day. Thank you, Splair. By the way, have a good one. You guys, number 51, number 61 from Splair. No sell, no sell. Sofi driving back in the sevens. Where did the support go? My parish, Mr. Junior Parish. This is crazy talk. Last time we see Uncle Bruce. What's going on? JR, I agree. Wait, I'm agreeing with myself. White Feather, finally got tired of E-Trade limiting my account to level 2 options. Yesterday, I opened a Webull account and got instant approval for margin and level 3 options. I can now trade poor man covered calls. Alex, Flint Creek, sending you the love. Flint Creek, thank you for the love. No sell, no sell. So Bruce is giving trading advice. Larry, Titus, good morning, all. Number 86. Splatter, I want to watch for sure all classes as long as Bruce is on the air and learn from it. but I have to grow through the calls. My income as well, still logically learning for the future. Flint Creek, I plan to take them all in time. BW, Larry Titus, y'all sweltering out there. Hawkeye, number 88, thumbs up. Bobby Atkinson, 75-inch TV. You can watch nose hair move at that scale. A DQ, I'm number 191, and I'm lurking. Welcome. For me, it's financially hard. I'm still in my mid-20s. All after this, my future will look bright. I can definitely encourage all to stay tuned here. Larry Titus, yes, the community has been a killer. Bobby, you gotta want it. Laughing out loud. Splair, is it in the U.S. Hot too? We're here in Europe. It's hot here. BW, Larry, hang in there, everyone. Cameron, SoFi earnings come out pre-market in 20 days. Bobby, I'm 1 week away from going to Cuba for a vacation. Bring on the heat. Pool bar will fix that. BW, Splair, and your version of AC is not the same as over here. Good luck, pal. BW, the Steinhaus, Nico, good day, everybody. John Anderson, hello, everyone. We're 13 minutes away from opening. KC, good morning, Uncle B. Mark Gibson, number 106, Bruce. You're over halfway to 200 now. What do you mean with AC? Saturday Workspace is no Stonehouse, but it'll be hot at work as well. Stephen Carney, number 107, Nazareth 108. BW, Purple Crew in the house this Monday, and I like it back to full week in the markets. Any rug sales in our future? I don't know. Not a lurker says I'm number 109. We're up 13 on the Dow, down a point on S&P, down 6 on NASDAQ. John Biscuit, the reason the share price in these SPACs is still low is simply because they aren't profitable. I can't see the major players purchasing stock in tiny startups that are losing money every quarter. There you go. Well, John, I understand. You're not going to see major pension funds make moves into startup companies that started off as SPACs if they're losing money. What you are going to see, though, is you're going to see smart money come in where they will analyze these companies and go, yeah, that Spire, those guys are only losing $5 million a month now. They're about to turn the corner here. Over at Rocket Lab, Matterport, SmartRent, these guys are growing their client bases. They've got hundreds of millions of cash in the bank in some cases, no debt. They're in pretty good shape. There could be some real stuff happening here going forward. We'll buy this stock now while it's depressed and no one talks about it. We'll just slowly accumulate this stuff and tuck it away. We'll get our 3, 4, 5% of the company. We'll stay under maybe 4.9%. We don't have to file our intentions with the SEC. And we'll, when we get into that 4.5, 4.75 percentage point range, then we'll let the world know we're in and let the rest of the world try to catch us and watch out. We'll see what happens. Anyways, if I'm missing some comments related to me, I'll answer them tomorrow or later. Thank you, everybody. Drew, my favorite announcement regarding Spire is that Rocket Lab is launching a bunch of their satellites. That's true. Splair, have a good one, everybody. Thank you, Splair. Home Skillet, number 110. BW, John, if the SPAC is held under 5 or lower, the big institutions cannot buy under the market rules. So shorts know this. They can help hold the company down. These are all new public companies, not startup. Amy J, number 112. BW, John, but agree that new company, it's all about profit, and they will hold them to it. Mr. Premium, number 117. Who cares? Well, I'm 118. Thank you, guys. Rugman loves Joe Biden. John Biscuit, most SPACs, you can still make money on them by shorting them and buying puts. A lot of these SPACs in general are going to do the reverse split. Another thing, Bruce, what's up with Instinet getting $50 billion in DTCC waivers? Instinet, I don't know what that is. I don't know what's going on there. Not a lurker. Uncle Bruce, how is the meet and greet plans going? Talked about it already. Going to keep you posted as we know more. You're just a little late to the party. Thank you all for being here. We're 10 minutes away from opening today. It's a mixed market. We don't have any real direction at the moment. We got crude oil down 70 cents a barrel at 73.17. Carl Icahn made a loan deal for Icahn Enterprises. Some of you may or may not have heard this news, but there was I guess, an investment group of some kind. They're not fans of our Carl Icahn, I guess. Felt that they saw an opportunity where they would short Carl Icahn's stock, the company he represents, because they felt that he had short positions that he was carrying using the capital of his firm, and they felt that he was pledging his shares in his company as collateral to short stock, and they were going to try to catch him by shorting his stock to drive it down in price, so that would blow a hole in his coverage of his short positions, and therefore he'd have to unwind them. A bit complicated, but apparently what Carl Icahn has been able to do, first of all, he wasn't leveraged enough to create a big problem. But what he now has done is he has deleveraged his positions by, in effect, borrowing capital from lenders unrelated to his short positions. And so he's not having to pledge any of his shares per se against his short positions. And this has caused the stock of Carl Icahn Enterprises to go up this morning in price. And so that could help the market in an indirect kind of way, depending on which stocks we're talking about. I don't know. We'll see what's going. All right. Not a lurker. Okay, I missed it. I'll catch it later. Beach Boy. So, Uncle Bruce, have you made sure that Alberto's here? Could we begin? Christina, has she made sure that the thing was on? DQ, have you been kicked out of bed lately? Beach Boy, I'm here. Questions? What's going on? Does anybody know? I don't know. Where is my friend, my idiot nephew? Anyway, what happened to him? Where is that guy at? Is he okay? I hope he's all right. And others, I hope you're all doing well out there. I welcome you all to the show. I know it's summertime. It's July, and it's quiet. But anyway, thank you. Instant is a private alternative trading system for hedge funds that do block trades. Instant routes most order flow for Apex, who clears for Webull, Sofi Tsla. Okay, DQ, what is this word bed you speak of? Again, I don't know what's going on. I don't know. I don't know anything about the Instant story that you're referring to. I've got nothing on it. Lurker is laughing, so I can't give you any. I can't give you any kind of informative, educated response to your question. I don't know anything about it. I know of it. I've heard of it. Understand what you're talking about here with being an entity, but this multi-billion-dollar thing, I don't know anything about it. I have no idea. So someone else might know, but I don't. All right, there it is. We are 7 minutes away from opening for the day. Thank you all for coming through here. Again, congratulations to those of you who are taking the bull by the horns to learn how to handle your financial affairs on your own. Thank you, by the way, for 129 thumbs ups and counting. Appreciate that. If any of you out there would like to have a one-on-one session with me, let me know. Send me a private email, and we'll see if we can schedule something for you. And again, those of you taking the classes, I commend you. I congratulate you. I encourage you to keep on rolling down that highway. It is the right thing to do. And like I say, it's the way to control your economic future. It's definitely one of the ways to do it. At the very least, I think you're going to be far more comfortable with what you have. And hopefully through this channel and the classes and one-on-ones, you will not make as many mistakes going forward with your investments. And maybe that might be the ultimate difference between you making a lot of money versus just breaking even all the time, or just barely making money, is avoiding investment mistakes. Let's hope that's the way it is. Thank you. How's Auntie Jen's hip? Very good. Very, very good. We're excited, and we're looking forward to our trip to Europe coming up in late August. We start a 2-month trip to Europe, and we ultimately catch up with you guys in New York City. So yeah, very excited about that. We are 5 minutes away from opening here. We're up 8 on New York, down 2.75 points on the S&P, and we're down 11 3/4 on the NASDAQ. All right. That is the story at the moment. Oil down 55 cents a barrel at the moment as well. Still a lot of talk out there in the bond world, I should say, in the bond area. there are still analysts out there, I guess, pundits, followers of the business, that actually believe that interest rates are going to come down in the not too distant future, and they're going to back off substantially. I don't see that happening. Not for at least 2 years, maybe three. Inflation has got to be wrestled out of the system globally, and it is only still coming into the business, into the economy. Yeah, we're not maybe not at 12-15% inflation rates. Maybe there was a spike here and there. I get that, but this idea that interest rates are going to be down to 2-3% in the next 6 months, I think you're full of dreams. He's full of hot air. That's not going to happen. There are wage settlements right now being negotiated with major size unions globally that are anywhere from 6 to 12% raises, and this is going to embed itself through the economy. Prices are not going to be rolled back. If you think that's the solution to inflation, that's not going to happen. If you've been to your local grocery store and you see a can of beans at $1.99 and you remember the day when they were 69 cents, I have bad news for you. They're not going back to 69 cents. They might bottom off at 149 for a bit, but they'll probably come back to 239. This inflation thing is everywhere. Transportation, raw materials, distribution, marketing, at the retail level, there's no end to it. The increased cost of just getting to your store, the increased cost of rent, mortgage, firing up your kitchen to cook those beans. This is embedded in, and this is not a simple little, oh well, we'll just raise rates for a little bit and prices will moderate and we'll be fine. Not going to happen. Every single employee out there of every single corporation wants more money. They need more money. Their expenses have risen dramatically, and corporations' expenses have risen dramatically. Have you been to a restaurant lately in Canada? Have you been in Canada to a Wendy's or a McDonald's lately and picked up a Big Mac meal for you and a quarter pounder meal for your better half, and notice the bill is over $25? Is this waking anybody up out there? The thing too about McDonald's and Wendy's and Arby's and wherever else you want to fast food, you buy fast food, there's a sales tax on fast food. There's what we call in Canada the GST and provincial sales taxes, because governments have always maintained way back when they instituted sales taxes, that sales taxes would only be assessed on goods and services that were not staples. I guess that's the word I'm looking for. So if you go to a grocery store and you buy a container of milk, eggs, and butter and bread, likely there is no sales tax on those items. Likely. Depends on where you live. But if you buy cookies and potato chips and soda, yes, there are sales taxes on that. Now, you go to a McDonald's restaurant or a fast food joint, you will pay taxes on your food, even though a huge number of North Americans and Europeans now buy their meals from these places as a matter of course. The tax revenue to governments is substantial. And so if you buy a Big Mac meal that used to run you $7.79 or $11.49 or $14.42, you now see a Big Mac meal at $16 and you buy two of them, it's $32. There's sales tax on top of that. Governments are winning the inflation game, believe it or not. Governments actually win on the inflation game. They win two ways. They win by getting more taxes in right now, and they win secondly because they borrowed money 5 years ago, 10 years ago, 15 years ago, way back when. They borrowed $100 million back then, and they can easily issue new bonds today for $100 million to roll over that old debt. Today's $100 million is a lot less valuable than $100 million from 15 years ago. Governments win. And that's you and me as people. After all, we are government. Interesting stuff. Larry Titus, thank you, my friend, for being here. and hitting the thumbs ups. Appreciate this. Alberto, I hope you're okay wherever you are. Where are you, Alberto? We don't know. I hope you're well. And if anyone knows how he's doing, please let me know. The bells, we're going. Thank you, everybody. We're up and running. And let's find out how the market is going to treat you today. Will you folks get richer? Because you certainly deserve to be richer as far as I'm concerned. SoFi 810 up a nickel at this point. That's all I see there. I got the Dow up about 50 points to start the morning. We'll see if that holds or not. We got the S&P up 3, NASDAQ up 9.9 at the moment. Thank you. Larry Titus says DQ. Welcome all. Luca, ciao, Uncle Bruce, and everybody. Number 129 thumbs up is here. Finally got my first lesson under the belt on Saturday. I did notice that go through the system. Way to go, Luca. Congrats, my friend. And 1 down, 14 to go. And you're working it there. That is the game right there. Well done, sir. Thank you all for being here. DQ is saying, not a lurker, it's been brutal, but we got a break today. It's got to be hot out there. Not a lurker. Yes, over here going to beat later to cool down. Splair, rock on, thumbs, neat, and everything else. Thank you all for being here. We're up 87 on the Dow now, up 5 on S&P, up 7 on NASDAQ. Little pop to start the morning. We've got NVIDIA up 261 right now. We've got AI up 79 cents to 40.04. Yeah, Tesla's up 240 to 276 a share. And early indications. It's a mixed market to start the morning. We'll see what happens as each minute goes by this morning. Okay. BW is saying to me, Uncle Bruce, I've been watching this AI chart. There seems to be SP it wants to track and not venture from 3963. It was a major resistance candle from back on 1129. Could be a short trap there. Always interesting. Spicy Android, Uncle Bruce, what is your opinion on me selling 10 of my deep in the money calls on GameStop and then buying AI and writing on them? A number of people have been doing this. A number of people have been selling their GameStop deep in the money calls, and they've been picking up AI deep in the money calls because of the 90-10 rule. You know, they've been finding that they can make a switch over. And then they're finding that the premiums are much higher on AI, the actual premiums on a dollar for dollar basis, percentage return. And a number of you here have let me know that, in some cases, people say to me, I have 20 deep in the money calls on GameStop. What I'm going to do in the next month or so is I'm going to go down to 10 on GameStop, and I'm going to go 10 on AI. So I've got 10 of these and 10 of those. Others have said similar things. Some folks are saying to me, whenever I write options on my GameStop and I bring in fresh capital, I'm just using that to buy AI deep in the money calls to start writing on those. And so it's a slow, gradual shift to diversify the account. I don't have a problem with any of it, to any of you, how you want to do it. The key here is that both are unique, obviously. Both companies have a lot of money on hand. GameStop, 1.7 billion cash, AI, 700 million in cash. They have virtually no debt. They're slight, tiny little amounts of debt, nothing serious. But AI is artificial intelligence, and that is another world entirely. And it is being followed by Wall Street. That much I give you. GameStop is followed by Wall Street, but is mocked by Wall Street. Wall Street doesn't believe in GameStop like the retail investors do of GameStop because of Mr. Cohen. But the question, of course, on everyone's mind is, does GameStop continue to grow their business and profit margins because of the way they've cut expenses in the last year? I think yes. The answer is, I believe yes. I think GameStop will be able to turn a profit as the year continues on. But they did a profit in the fourth quarter. We're going to find out what happened in basically the first quarter. Too early to tell, or second quarter, I guess. So we'll see what gives. AI, we've talked about this a lot here. There's a ton of potential on AI. They don't yet make money, but they are growing their sales dramatically. And the betting on the street is that there is no limit to AI's potential. Just not. There's no glass ceiling here. These are not. This is not a retail store type of story on AI. So there's a lot of wagering going on that AI is going to be a real player in the AI software field. And so $39, $40 is where we're at. The high all-time, 160 something bucks a share when they first came out. And so here we are. Low of 10 something, 1050, now 39. There you go. Deep in the money calls. Home Skillet, all premiums, much better than GameStop these days. Spicy Android, I am number 137 on your thumbs up meter. Thank you so much, all of you. 138 are now in here. We're only 62 away from the coveted 200 level we seek every show. Thank you all very much for helping out. It is much, much appreciated. Welcome to the party, pals. Great to have you here. Lots of stuff going on. As usual, we're watching a lot of different stories here. Again, it's a matter of how comfortable are you in taking over your account to manage. Are you willing to step in to rearrange your asset base so that you can become an option writer? Something like AI is an interesting stock because in theory, you could either buy the stock around 40 and then write calls where you could haul in between $5 and $10 a call quite easily between now and say January. Or you could buy deep in the money calls in the $20, $25 neighborhood. Again, depending which call you buy, 90-10 rule you had to watch for, and then generate up to $10 in returns on a $20 to $25 upfront investment. This is exceptional. This is absolutely exceptional, this kind of return on your money. It certainly takes the risk factor down by upwards of 50% in some cases, depending on which contract you have. So if you think about that, if you're writing a call option, bringing in $10 and it costs you $22 to buy the call in the first place, you're down to $12 risk on your deep in the money call. This is a wonderful position to be in. Right off the hop, a nice position to be in. Those of you who want to quit your day jobs, if you have 50 grand lying around and you want to try to get away from work as soon as possible, in theory, you might be able to buy 20 deep in the money calls on AI, which means you can write 20 calls on AI. Now, if you're getting between $6 and $10 a contract on 20 contracts, you're bringing in $12,000 to $20,000 in fresh capital. If you leave it in your account as dry powder, and the objective is to buy those calls back for half the price you sold them for or less, depending on whether the stock dips or whether the time goes by and they shrink out, however your game plan, combination of the two, you may find that with $50,000 to $100,000 coming through that you're able to manage on something like this. For some of you, you might realize that, for the next 3-4 months, I'm bringing in here about $3,000-4,000 a month on average return on my capital. If I could extract $3,000 a month from my account on average, that could go a long way to saying goodbye to my full-time day job. Or it could certainly mean that you may find that you have an opportunity where you can work from home on a retainer basis, 15 hours a week, 20 hours a week, bringing in $1,000 a week because of your skills. You're making $3,000-4,000 a month from home and $3,000 a month on option premium. That's as far as you're working for anybody. And the work time from home is dictated by you, not your employer. Especially if it's not making you sit in Zoom meetings during market hours, depending on whatever gig you've got. Again, for some of you, you might work part-time on weekends. You're only working part-time on weekends. out of the house. So whatever it is you're doing, and $3,000 a month on option premium and a part-time gig on the weekends, that is more than enough to carry you as a starter to get things rolling here. For those of you with a couple $100,000 lying around, in theory, you could own 80 deep in the money calls on AI, 80 of them. You're now writing 80 calls. Well, if you're going to write 80 calls at $8 each, that's $64,000 of cash coming into your account. If you buy those back for 30 grand over the next 3 months, that means you're clearing 10,000 a month. I don't know many people that have to work now still because they're making 10,000 a month on their portfolios. That eliminates day jobs everywhere. So I just throw it out there to you guys. The possibilities are endless. GameStop is dropping, and maybe that's a good thing. Maybe GameStop dropping in price is a good thing. 22.38. People out there with $20 calls up to $28 to $30 calls. Many of them now have out of the money calls. The stock drops a little further, putting in the money calls less in the money. I mean, there are things happening here on the GameStop calls that could well allow folks to buy back calls for a lot less than what they rolled them up to in the last month or so. We'll keep an eye on that. Yes, indeed. Geez, what's up with Spire and ATIP? They're so weak, says Aaron. What can I say? They are doing what they're doing. I can't answer all the questions. I just, I just go down the road doing what I can with what I got. Sooner or later, the street will figure it out. I hope sooner or later. Thank you all for being here today. I have to go to members only commentary now. Thank you all. Those of you who are lurkers, subscribers, and members, it is much appreciated. Please become a member today of this channel. Please renew your membership and or step up to Gold Bagel level and join me Wednesday nights at 6 o'clock Eastern and every morning at 8 o'clock for your Gold Bagel member trade alert show every day, 8 a.m. Don't start your day without it. That's what I say. That's what I say, darn it. Thank you, everybody, for being here. It's great to have you in the house, okay? We have 145 thumbs ups. Fantastic. They still keep coming in. Appreciate it. I'm ready to stretch these crossed arms, says Touchgrass. Aaron, no worries, Uncle B. Robert, number 145, Bruce. We're going for 200 here. It's going to happen. Thank you, my friends, for the thumbs ups. I appreciate it. You're coming through for me. 146 now, 54 to go. Strickland is out there searching for slackers who haven't hit the thumbs up button. Please make sure not to get caught by Strickland, because, you know, he loves handing out those pink slips to people who don't give out thumbs ups. Don't get nailed by this guy. Let him go back to his office with this little brown bag and enjoy his coffee. His little spiked coffee every morning. Guy never had hair, you notice that? Strickland never had hair. Did that guy ever have hair? He never had hair. Didn't have hair in the 50s. He didn't have hair in the 80s. He didn't have hair in the 2000s. I mean, the guy never had hair. What's with Strickland? I don't know. No toupee good enough for Strickland. Oh, man. Oh, man. Did he have hairs in the Did he have hair in the 1880s? I don't know if he had hair then either. Wasn't he the sheriff of the town or something like that? I can't remember. Can't quite remember how that worked. All righty. Thank you all. 821 on SoFi. We're up 15 cents this morning. Go, SoFi, go. I know the number of you have been taking advantage of the dip on SoFi into the low eights to pick up the opportunity to write cash secured puts on your SoFi. Not a bad move, I say. Well done. I got the Dow up 98 right now. S&P up about, looks like about 7. Let me just refresh my page here and double check this right now. We have the Dow up 113, S&P up 6.8, NASDAQ down 6.8. That's what we have right now. And Carl Icahn Enterprises stock jumps 11% after Carl Icahn amends his loan agreement. There you go. That's what we were just talking about a few minutes ago. Not a lurker anymore. Thumbs up for Uncle Bruce. Thank you, lurker. Appreciate it. We've got the Dow. We're up 114. Or Matterport down a penny. Nvidia down a buck. SoFi, as I say, is up 16 now to 821. Rocket Lab is up a penny. I got a GameStop down 46 cents. I've got AI down 49. Smart Rent down 5.5. I've got Unity down about 70 cents. Tesla down $1.30. Apple down 180. Google down 190. Moderna is up 155. Cisco's up 14. Pfizer's up 21. IBM up 17. HPQ up 21. Microsoft down 540 on some profit taking finally. ME is up a penny, 170 or so. Amazon is down 221. Spire down a penny. HD Home Depot is up 350. Vanik Semiconductors up 132. Netflix up 344. Adobe is up 850 a share to 493. What a run Adobe's been on. Goldman Sachs up 256. Boeing up 13. Meta up 415 to 294.68. Target is up 121. JP Morgan is up $1.26. Costco up 311. Walmart up 160. Disney down 25 cents. American Airlines up 17. And DraftKings up $1.15 to 27.80 at the moment. That's where we're at on some of the stocks we follow the most around here. Watching that. Thank you all for being part of the show. 150 thumbs ups. Thank you guys for that. 50 away from hitting 200 thumbs ups today. That's pretty good stuff on a Monday. Thank you all. Monday in July. Yeah, rock and roll. That's good stuff. All right. Watching a few of these other stuff. GameStop 22.26 down 45 cents. Volume is 320,000. Very quiet. SoFi volume 2.2 million, dead quiet over there. I mean, dead quiet. What was it, 3 weeks ago? 1 million a minute we're going through on SoFi. We need another round of earnings that'll come out in the not too distant future and see what they say. That's the deal, and we'll stick around to see what it's all about. All right. The other thing I watched this weekend, just so you know, I mean, just the stuff I was watching this weekend, I was really enjoying myself. I watched a 6-part series on the history of Monty Python. I hadn't seen this documentary before, and I really enjoyed it because they had the 5 surviving members were each interviewed individually in sort of a studio setting. And so you'd have John Cleese there'd be somebody asking him questions, but the camera's over there. So you're getting this, you got kind of like, it's like one of these where he's talking to somebody over there and you're watching him over here. And he's talking about all of them. They talked about their childhood, their parents, their families, school, regular school, boarding school, then university. And they ended up either in Oxford or Cambridge-ish, and they became part of the comedy clubs and stuff, the troupes. And some realized their skills were in performing. Some realized they really enjoyed the writing. Some like both. And then as they were talking, again, individually to individual interviewers, the story just started to meld and begin to notice that, well, John Cleese got to know Eric Idle, and so-and-so got to know so-and-so. Bang, 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 bang. And as the mid-50s turned into the late 1950s and into the 1960s, these people began to hear of each other, know of each other, work with each other on this and on that. David Frost was a huge influence on these guys. The Goon Show, Peter Sellers, Dudley Moore, many others. Really enjoyed this series. I really liked it. It was just delightful. There were a lot of clips of their skits, their movies. They talked about making their movies. They talked about life after Monty Python, and then the get-togethers. And it was just, if you're a fan of Monty Python and the Knights of Neat, you're gonna love this series. I think I saw it on Netflix, if I recall. It was pretty pretty good. BW Rugman, is that you? We've been missing you, Rugman. There you go. GameStop down 60, 22.11 now. AI down 133. That means the lower these stocks go, the more attractive cash secured puts become to right. So keep an eye on those. The Dow is up 135 at the moment, trying to hang in there. Let's see what we've got here on the other indexes. We're 816 on SoFi, holding a gain of 11. It's one of the few green stocks out there. We're up 134, 135 on the Dow. We're up 2.5 on S&P, but we're down 45 on NASDAQ so far. There you go. And NVIDIA down 459. Rocket Lab down 3 cents. AI 117. We've got Unity down 148. Tesla down $5. Apple down 290. Google down 275. But Moderna, Cisco, Pfizer, IBM, and HPQ are all higher. Amazon is off 329. We got Home Depot higher, Vanik, Vectors, Netflix, they're all up. Adobe, Goldman, Boeing, they're all green. Meta, Target, JP Morgan, Costco, Walmart, they're all green. They're green, green, green. Some of these are Dow components. Definitely Walmart. JP Morgan is a Dow component. Goldman is a Dow component. They're all higher. Home Depot up, another Dow component. IBM is up. It's a Dow component. Pfizer, another one that's higher. Cisco, I believe, is a Dow component. There you go. So we've got the Dow up 130. Those 30 shares are oblivious to the dips elsewhere. The S&P is up just 3 points. And NASDAQ down 58. So NASDAQ taking a little profit taking this morning, with the rest of the market ignoring it and going actually higher. So interesting. SoFi 815 up a dime. There you go for now. Right on, kids. There's the story. Love the story on Monty Python's Flying Circus about how they were able to finance the movie, their second movie called The Life of Brian. They had done the movie Search for the Holy Grail. They pulled it off with very little financing. It made money. Now they were trying to raise money to do The Life of Brian, and they needed a budget. They had a budget of $4.5 million American dollars to do this movie, and no studio would touch the movie because of the subject matter, religious subject matter. And it turned out that one guy financed the entire movie by mortgaging his personal possessions, his home, his office, his real estate. He put everything up with his banker and took loans to get these guys the $4.5 million. And that individual, George Harrison of the Beatles. George Harrison personally funded the movie The Life of Brian himself, and asked, why would you risk all that capital to these guys? His answer, I just want to see the movie. I thought this was going to be a great movie. I want to see it. The only way I was going to see it is if I put up $4.5 million to have him make it. And good news, the movie went on to make a lot of money. And something told me that George Harrison ended up doing very well financially from the relationship between himself and the guys at Monty Python, including this movie. He got all his dough back and more. So way to go, George Harrison. Thank you for helping fund that movie. That movie is legendary, absolutely legendary. Fascinating stuff. Thank you all. Pat Merkley, neat. That's right. The Knights of Neat. Did you know that the movie Search for the Holy Grail was funded in part by Led Zeppelin, Pink Floyd, other artists? That's how that movie was funded, through rock and roll guys who loved Monty Python. They threw him some dough, but that movie was not even $1 million to produce. That one was on the super cheap, but they pulled it off. They pulled off with the Knights of Neat. To this day, unbelievable. I'm sure that that movie has made so much money in DVD rentals and being reshown on pay-per-view and so on. It still generates revenue. I don't know who owns it, who gets the money. That I don't know. But these musical artists were instrumental in helping Python raise the cash, because traditional Hollywood was gutless in those years. They wouldn't fund these guys, and no one else in Britain would do it. It was really something how everyone loves them now. But when they needed funding to get on, nobody stood up. Nobody stepped up. Quite amazing. Anyway, there you go. A little tidbit of info for you. I did enjoy watching that very, very much. We're up 170 on the Dow. It just keeps going higher. The Dow is having a wonderful time. We're up 3.6 on S&P. NASDAQ's only down 62 points. It's not like a disaster in NASDAQ. But I'm wondering, when does it switch? When does NASDAQ go with the party? Because I don't think the Dow is going to back off. I think the Dow might go higher. Yeah, it looks good. It looks okay. Oil down 25 cents a barrel to 73.61 in West Texas so far this morning. We now have on the thumbs up meter 156 thumbs ups. Thank you, everybody, for coming through for us. In honor of watching the Monty Python documentary, I will say to all of you out there, neat. And hopefully the Knights of Knee will make the markets go the direction you want them to go, to help you out with your option premiums and scoring some nice gains. 2207 now on GameStop. So those GameStop contracts that you've written out there are backing off, no question about it. Some of you did rollovers out to 2025 on GameStop, and I suspect that the lower these shares keep going, the more likely you're going to be able to do rollbacks on your GameStop calls. You're going to be able to buy back your 2025s and write 2024s. You're going to be able to buy back 2024s and write 2023s. I suspect that is coming your direction. So even if you're breaking even on the trade, you are bringing time back to yourselves. Some of you out there might be sitting on $27 calls you've written. You might be buying those back and you're writing $24 calls instead for the same time frame, just bringing in extra cash. Some of you might be bringing in $1 or $2 a contract more in your hand in additional capital to be compensated for the drop of the stock. And you're going to use that cash against margin, or just pile up dry powder. Or in some cases, you're going to buy more deep in the money calls, either on GameStop or on AI, or you're going to write cash secured puts on maybe SoFi or on AI or whatever you like. So way to go, kids. Getting richer, smarter. Nico is here. TJ is here. Aurora is here. The knee emojis. Richard, Carlin. Bobby, the meaning of life, and Holy Grail. I can sit down and rewatch those two any day. There you go. Right on. 182 gain on the Dow Jones, 5.5 on S&P, 52-point drop on NASDAQ right now. Amgen, Walgreens, and Boots stocks are leading the Dow higher. We'll see what's going on as we continue through here. We're up a dime on on SoFi, 8.15, holding its own right there. Not giving up any ground. So, okay, Rocket Lab down a penny. Nothing to worry about there. GameStop down 53. AI down $1.10 at 38.14. If AI wants to come down to the 35 level, for some of you out there, that might be the entry point for deep in the money calls, or writing cash secured puts, maybe 30s. 28s, and taking premium on top of that, which then really lowers the cost of exposure. There could be some real moves here. We'll watch that. Where are we going? Nowhere. We're here to make money. Indeed. AI 38.31 right now, down 94 cents. Unity 39.18. If that wants to back off to 35, that would be great. There might be opportunities there. Tesla down 3.36. Apple down 2.99 and 187.69 right now. All right. There's the story, kids. I'm sticking to it. 158 thumbs ups, 42 away from 200 thumbs ups. Thank you all for helping out on the thumbs up meter. I love it. Thank you all. very, very much. Neat, 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 neat. There we go, right there. Giddy up, everybody. Giddy up. Thank you. Okay, where else are we at here? Not too much else. We've got Google down $3. Cisco is still ahead. Moderna's up 330. Cisco up 38. Pfizer up 42. IBM up 65. HPQ up 28. We're down 730 on Microsoft. One of the Dow components backing off today. Amazon down $3. We got HD Home Depot Dow component up 580. Vanik up 76 cents. Netflix up 281. Adobe up 750. Goldman Sachs Dow component up $4. Boeing up $1. Meta, which is Facebook, up 170, 174. Target up 160. JP Morgan up 140. I think that's a Dow component. Costco up $4. Walmart Dow component up 186. Disney Dow component down just 8 cents. That's all. Just 8 cents. Up 23 on American Airlines. DraftKings up $1 to 27.74. There you go, kids. There's the story. Up 204 on the Dow Jones. When is Auntie Jen going to be back? Jen and I get together Thursday. I will be picking her up on Thursday, so you'll hear her on Friday. She'll be around. She's having a wonderful time with her family reunion. She's hanging out with her sister, and they're enjoying. She's enjoying all the relatives, and she says hi to all, and this planned get together is working out perfectly with her and her sister and brother-in-law having a wonderful time. Larry Titus, neat. Thank you, Larry. Thanks, pal. 200-point gain on the Dow, 9.5 on S&P. That's improving, and even NASDAQ is coming around, only down 26. We were down 55 a few minutes ago, so it looks like NASDAQ is catching a bit of a bit. We're down 7 cents on oil. It's trying to hang in there at the moment. As I speak, that's the story. I'm sticking to it, kids, right now. That is where we're at on this market. 822 on SoFi, improving again. High of the day on SoFi today, 824. We're now 822. So SoFi also attempting a little pop. Here we go, 824. The high of the day has now just been touched. 824 up 19 cents. Volume on SoFi today in 33 minutes. Is that accurate? Is volume 4.5 million. 826 just jumped again. We're at 826 on SoFi. This is the high of the session right now on that stock. Go SoFi, go 826, the high of the day right now, 21. Rocket Lab up 3. GameStop just off 41 cents. AI only down 49. We got a buy wave coming in here on a bunch of stock right now. We're down only 22 on the NASDAQ. We're up 9.5 on S&P, up 200 on the Dow. So the Dow is finally coming on right now. All right. Who is supervising you? Lurker wants to know. Auntie Jen Jr. watching you. Dude, okay, I'm trying a lesson 3 tactic on AI. A little experiment. Okay, rock and roll. AI 38.67, down 58 now. GameStop down 44. Rocket Lab up 5. SoFi 823.24 to 26 range. NVIDIA down 460. Matterport is down 0.8 of a penny. That's all. Dude, besides that, I've closed most of my GameStop position now on my old brokerage, and I'm moving to poor man covered calls on my new brokerage. Right on, dude. Way to go, pal. I know you were working on that. It's coming together. All right. Tesla down 320, Apple down 270, Google down 260 at the moment. Microsoft still down to 707. The low of the day on Microsoft, 329.24. It's now 330.30. So it's actually $1 better than the low of the day on Microsoft, down 692. But we did start the day around 335. So we're 5 off the best levels of the day. But this is a nothing burger for this stock. This thing could pop at any time the way Microsoft is going nowadays. Amazon down 3.25. Spire down 9/10 of a penny. Home Depot up 5. Netflix up 73 cents. Adobe up 8.30. Goldman up 4.65. All right. Well done, everybody, and nice to have you here. 211-point gain on the Dow. I think that's near the high of the day here. About 8 points away from the high on the Dow Jones right now. So it's running. It's running at the highs right now, and it is bringing up some stocks for a bit of a pop at the moment. There you go. 17-point drop on NASDAQ, 10-point gain in S&P. There it is. That's the story. We got the market improving here on other indexes right now. Okay, everybody, congrats. That's the story. Coming up to the 1.5 hour mark, 1:35. We got 25 minutes to go in our show, and we're at 160 thumbs ups on the session. Thank you all. Those watching on the rerun, thank you for hitting the thumbs up button. You put us over 200 every single day. We love you, and keep it coming, guys. Thank you so much. Jen will be here on Friday, and we are working right now on our trip to Europe. Got a lot going on right here, a lot of logistics, but we're figuring it out slowly but surely. We're figuring it out, and we'll keep you posted on the get-together in New York for October 21, definitely. All right. Nicely done, everybody, on your option writing work. GameStop down just 34 cents at 22.37. The low today for GameStop has been $22 even, and the volume is 937,000 shares. There you go. That is the story on GameStop at the moment. AI down 33 cents. The Dow up 210 at the moment. Spicy is saying, I sold 11 $24 calls on GameStop out to September. I got $2 a contract. I'm a happy camper. I got $2 for a $24 call. It's a 22.43 market. There's a $2,200 in the hand right now. There you go. That's like offering the stock at $26. It's at 22.43. Nicely done. Right? Yeah. Okay. Spicy something tells me you might be interested in buying those back at 51 cents, which would be okay. Nothing wrong with doing that little move. Always good if you can pull off a little trade like that. Giddy up, everybody. 826 on SoFi. We're back to the high of the day again, it looks like. Let me double check this. Yep. SoFi is at the high of the day right now, 826. Took a little pop yet again right here. 218 gain on the Dow, 13-point gain on S&P, and a 1-point gain on NASDAQ. NASDAQ has turned green as well. There you go. So now even NASDAQ is going to the green side. All right. 825 to 826 on SoFi. 826 is the high of the session right here. The volume now, 5.1 million shares. Still quiet, but we've seen increased volumes pop up here the last little while on SoFi. 826 up 21. Thank you, sir. May I have another? Keep it coming. Yeah, keep it going, guys. All right. SoFi can go a lot higher than this, but we'll take this 21-cent start here. We'll take that for the first bit. And let's go from here. Up 9 now on Rocket Lab, 582. We're trying to recover back to $6 a share over there. AI just went green. It's now up 9 cents, 39.34. AI has just turned green. Manager says, hey, I'm number 159 on your thumbs up meter. I sold 20 NVIDIA, these cash secured puts. I sold 20, the 360s and 375s on the dip. And I'll get out once NVIDIA goes back up into the 425 range. Going to score $3,000 when this happens. Well, it's 422.70. So NVIDIA is improving. It was as low as 418. It's now 422.70. So this is a gain of, it looks like 460 a share already for manager, and 422.70. The opening range was 428. So manager doesn't even need the stock to hit the high of the day, and he's got himself a nice little profit on an intraday cash secured put right. SoFi 827. Any of you who bought cash secured puts when it was at 804 are laughing now. We're up 23 cents on SoFi from the low of the session here. Nothing wrong with that. AI today, the low on it was 37.60. We're now 39.54. We've almost gained $2 on AI from the low of the day. That moves put contracts as well. So congratulations, any of you cash secured put writers on AI. Spicy, I knew the second I wrote on GameStop the price would go up, laughing out loud. There you go. We're down 26 cents. Again, Spicy, time is your weapon of choice. You'll be well rewarded, I'm sure. Giddy up all. SoFi 826 with a high now of, I believe, 827. Let me double check that. I can get that to work. 829 is the high today on SoFi. 825, 826 with an 829 high already today. That's helping cash secured put writers over there. Absolutely. Right on, guys. Well done. We're up 205 on the Dow, 12-point gain on S&P, and about a 5-point gain now on NASDAQ. We seem to be getting a little buy waves coming in to sort of clean up stock, and it backs up a bit, and another wave of buying comes in, it backs up. Another wave of buying. We're just taking just waves of money coming on shore here, taking out stock. So that's good. That's a good thing. 826 again on SoFi, high today, 829. And AI up 29 cents right now. Okay, everybody? Cool bean stuff. Thank you for thumbs ups. 167, 33 to go. And we got 200 thumbs ups on this day. Thank you for being there for us. Very much appreciated. Right on. Okay. What else is happening here? Tesla down 378. Apple down only 192. Apple hit 187.15. We're now at 188.70. So Apple has turned it around a little bit. Still down on the day, but it's coming on. Google got down to 116.80. It's now 117.90. So that's a $1.10 recovery. We're down 215 here. Google slowly coming back. Moderna up 350. Cisco still up 26. Pfizer up 28. IBM up 71. HBQ up 27. Microsoft down 530. It was down more than that. It was down to 329. It's 331. So a bit of a recovery on Microsoft. Amazon down 280. Home Depot up 517. Vanik up 112. Adobe up 950 today. Goldman up 430. Some good moves here. 240 gain on Facebook. Target up $1. JP Morgan up 128. Costco up 320 at 528 a share. 150 gain on Walmart. 1% today. 1%. There you go, guys. There's the story. Gains more or less. More or less. 828 on SoFi. We're pushing for another high. The high on SoFi was 829. We're at 828 right now, up 23 cents on SoFi, trying to break out to a new high on the session. This wouldn't surprise me. 850 range wouldn't surprise me at all today. If it's going to do it, it's going to do it. 827, 828 on the SoFi. Giddy up. 216 gain on the Dow, climbing again. 11 points on S&P, 3 on NASDAQ. So a bit of a uptick. 828 SoFi, 1 penny away from the high of the session on SoFi. There it is, 829. We just touched it again. We have now touched 829 again on SoFi, matching the high of the day right now on SoFi. Are they going to take out 829? Wouldn't surprise me. I doubt there's much there for sale to stop it. And we could go through 830 without any issue, depending on the volume here. Volume on SoFi today is now 5.6 million, about 500,000 gone through in the last few minutes. 829 last high of the session, 829. We're right there on that stock. BW, when you see Carvana moving up, you know the markets are out of whack. Failing companies, so who's propping it up? some dude from Wedbush that gave SoFi a 250 price target, maybe. A manager closed the cash secured put on NVIDIA. I locked in $3,000 in 20 minutes. Not bad. I am happy. We'll wait for the dip again to write 50 more cash secured puts. NVIDIA 422.76 right now. Looking okay. There you go. It was at 423.11 not too long ago. Way to go, manager, taking these swings and grabbing them. Well done, sir. Keep up the good work. SoFi 828 now, with a high of 830. We touched 830 and 5.8 million traded. So another high of the day for SoFi in just the last few minutes. Thank you, SoFi. Thank you very much. Appreciate it. Way to go, everybody. Well done, all. Well done indeed. All right. We have now thumbs ups, 168. Thank you. 32 to go. And we got 200 for the day. Thank you for that. And welcome to the party, pals, on how you guys are doing here. Thank you for letting us know how your options are going. 310 on Matterport. We're up a penny, actually. Matterport has gone green now. NVIDIA only down $1.92. SoFi up 24 to 829. Trying to go to 830 again. Rocket Lab up 5. GameStop down 33. AI up 20. There's the story. I'm sticking to it. 830 is a high today on SoFi. We're at 828 to 830 right now, give or take. And there it is. Gotta run, says Alex. Enjoy your day, everybody. Thank you, Alex. Have a great one, my friend. We'll be on later tonight on stock markets, or on Traveling with Bruce. TWB, I'll be on tonight, 7 and 8 o'clock. Those of you who can pop by and say hi over there, look forward to seeing you. We got 13 minutes to go on our show here, and we're done for the day. 171 thumbs up now. Another couple more have come through. 29 left to get. And we got ourselves 200 thumbs ups. Thank you all. Thank you, Alex. Here's some knee emojis for everybody. Neat. There you go. Let's see how this market reacts for everybody. 828 to 829 on SoFi. We're on the precipice of a breakout here. Maybe we'll go through 830, run to 850 today on SoFi. Thank you very much. We'll take it. We'll take it gladly. Down. We're up 209 now on the Dow Jones. And we got an 8.8 point gain over there on S&P. The Big E is here. Thank you for the knee emojis, the Big E. Yeah, knee. There you go. They're coming through one after the other as we speak. Fantastic. Oh, man. Fun stuff today. Interesting market. Again, as usual. Those of you who have taken control of your accounts, in some cases, you're taking advantage of day trades. Some of you are taking advantage of cash secured put day trades. If they give them to you, you grab them. Thank you. Why not? Others are just repositioning their portfolios, and they're saying, hey, you want to go down? Okay, I'll roll down. You want to go up? That's okay. I'll roll up. I'm with you. Option market. The clock is my friend. I'll grab it when I need it. I'll get it back when I don't need it. It's all good here. We'll run this thing any way you want to run it. Yeah, indeed. Would you advise writing cash secured puts on Tesla versus NVIDIA? Tesla's down almost 4. I don't know about versus one versus the other, because you can't compare the two. They're two totally different entities in their own unique way. And manager, all you're looking for is day trades anyway. You're not looking at long-term positioning here. So, it works, whatever works best for you and the day trade crowd. You have access to information on depth of market that I don't have. So you got to make your call on this. Cindy B, 172, Bruce, on that thumbs up meter. Thank you, Cindy, so much. It's all up to you guys how you want to play this. NVIDIA's at 423 right now, down to 160. Tesla's down 250 at 271 right now. And that's the story, and I'm sticking to it. That's all. JR, neat. There they come. The knee emojis are coming out from the woodwork here. 828 to 830 now on SoFi shares, trying to inch towards another record high. 6.1 million now have gone through the system on SoFi as they approach these 830 high of the day level, just about there yet again. GameStop down 17 to 22.54, low at $822 on the mark. Up 7 cents on Rocket Lab. Market Matterport is up 1.3 cents right now. NVIDIA about to go even. We're only down 85 cents at 424 on NVIDIA. Right on. SoFi 829, another penny higher to the high of the day of 830. We're just under the mark on SoFi, about to attempt another pop. That might be just happening at any moment here on SoFi. Thank you very much. We're up 70 now on AI. Giddy up. There you go. All righty. BW, will AI go right back up to that 39.63 range? Keep doing this over and over. It is very odd. JR, Uncle Bruce, I like the idea of meeting in New Jersey. Much less traffic congestion and congestion, a much cheaper price. Not a lurker anymore. Uncle Bruce said maybe New Jersey. I missed the opening. Was on a bike ride, Flint Creek. SoFi seems to be getting more good press. Recommended buy for July, says Flint Creek. 828 to 830 on SoFi. Yeah, I'm talking about the idea we might either meet in Manhattan or we might get together in New Jersey. The thing about New Jersey, is Jen and I have in the past stayed at an Embassy Suites near the Meadowlands, and across the street from the hotel, which is in kind of like a little crescent, there's a convention center and a couple of hotels and restaurants. Right across the street of this very slightly used road is a bus stop that you catch the bus and it'll take you to the Port Authority in Manhattan. It's about a 40-minute ride. And I don't remember, I think we were paying $10 in those days. I can't remember what it is now. I don't know what it is now, but very affordable. And from the Port Authority back, it was like on the hour, every hour this bus would do this, one going one way, one going the other. Very convenient. And beside the hotel was a parking garage. So it was very affordable to park. Next to the hotel was an Outback Steakhouse, which I find ironic. And the hotel itself has meeting rooms. And I thought, gee, maybe we could put together something there where we could maybe get together for where you folks can either come in from Manhattan just on the bus itself and return back to Manhattan if you're staying in Manhattan. Those of you driving in, you'll have no problem finding this place and getting in, getting out. Yeah, I mean, it could be quite convenient. We're tossing all the ideas around here. We really are, and so there you go. That's it. That is a nice Embassy Suites in New Jersey. Says not a lurker. Flint Creek, thing about New Jersey, it's New Jersey. Flint Creek, hey, be nice, New Jersey. Lurker's laughing. Dude, Uncle Bruce, I just did a nice roll on GameStop. Closed a $20 Jan 24. I got $7.35 for one, closed for $5.35 and rolled out $4.24. Oh, Ray strike the 22 and took $5.25 for that. So I guess what you did is you had written a call for $7.35. You got $7.35 when you first wrote it. You bought them back for $5.35, which is $2 less. And then you rolled out to April with a strike to 22, and you've raised the price by $2 and took $5.25 for that. So it cost you a dime to add $2. Nice move. Nice. $2 gain and a thing. Nice. Flint Creek says, sorry, Flint, we love New Jersey. Not a lurker's laughing loud. New Jersey by New York is not so nice. Dude, I wrote that 735 on the 15th of last month. I made $200 and raised a strike in a month. Not bad for being in the money on a roll. There you go. Exactly, dude. Not a lurker. I love it here. Will not retire here, but till I'm ready to retire, not so bad, says lurker. There you go. Giddy up on the GameStop move. 22.44 up, down 24 cents right now. Flint Creek, my granddad was born there. Can't be all bad. There you have it, right there, right on. Rocket Lab 581 up 8. SoFi now 829 on SoFi with the high of the day, 831. We have touched 831 on SoFi now. Come to California, says not a lurker. Oh, we'll be there in the winter. Don't worry about that. We'll be there in the winter. But October is New York, New Jersey. We'll let you know about the winter. Giddy up, everybody. 829 on the SoFi. Oh my gosh. Go SoFi, go, I say. The volume now, 6.6 million with a high of 831 just set a few moments ago. Right on. Well done, everybody. Thank you, all of you, for being here today. 174 thumbs ups and still counting on those. Thank you, guys. Appreciate it. Said Lurker saying, you know what? I came from California to move to Jersey. I got it now. No problem, Lurker. It's all right. We love both spots, but I kind of like California in the winter. You know that. Way to go, dude, on this rollover. Congratulations, all of you, on cash secured put writing profits. Way to go on writing calls, and way to go on taking control of your accounts. Way to go picking up AI deep in the money calls and writing calls on those. Well done, everybody. Very proud of you folks. 831, by the way, on SoFi. We're at the high of the day right now. Beautiful job. Building your equity, building your cash flows, building your worth. AI can hand it to you. GameStop is handing it to you. And I say, way to go. Keep up the good work. Absolutely. I'm really thrilled about this. Marcus, Bruce, I am 174 on that thumbs up meter. You're going to get to 200. Don't worry about it. It's going to happen. 831 looks like the high of the session on SoFi. Yeah, 831 now. We've done it like a couple of times. And so something tells me we could easily pop through to 835, 840 without any issues. If another little wave of buying wants to come in here. The Dow is backed up a little at one with a 165 gain, but not bad. Up 8 on S&P. We're up 12.8 on NASDAQ. We've gone green across the board here on all three indexes. And so I can see buy waves coming in as people get with the program going, oh, the sell-off is gone. There's no more sell-off. I'm getting in. Okay. I'm getting in too. And there will be latecomers to the party. Zed is saying, Bruce, 175 on your thumbs up meter. Thank you, Zed Estate. I appreciate it. Not a lurker anymore says, I've been lurking from Feb 21, hence the not a lurker anymore as a gold bagel level member. Thank you, not a lurker anymore, for posting that announcement. That is absolutely wonderful. Absolutely what we love to see. Thank you so very much. All of you following this channel as members, Chilling with Uncle Bruce members, Gold Bagel members, thank you. Wednesday nights, 6 o'clock Eastern. See you for a Gold Bagel member primetime show. And tomorrow morning, 8 o'clock for Gold Bagel members only, the pre-alert show. Always look forward to seeing you guys for that. And thank you all for your support. 8:30 now is the price of SoFi. 1 penny below the high of the session, where we could break out at any time here. Rocket Lab is up 8 cents. Matterport up 2.6. The Dow up 162. GameStop is only down 26 cents. AI is up 35. Smart Rent down 7. ATIP up 3. Unity down 70. Tesla down $2. Apple down 174. Google down 174. Moderna up 260. Cisco's up 14. Pfizer up 21. IBM up 56. HPQ up 22. We got gains everywhere else. A couple of losses, but all in all, An okay session. 831 on SoFi. This is, I believe, matching the high of the session right now. 6.98 million. We're pushing 7 million volume on SoFi at 830.31 a share. The high of the day right now. Stock has been on a bit of a move up the last half hour, 40 minutes, looking just fine. And it could go higher than this. I don't see it in trouble. There it is, 832, new high of the session. There you go, just like that. If we clean out this low 830 stuff and we're at 850 before you know it, we'll just go right to 850 a share. And hey, that's a gain. 27-cent gain right now. We'll take that. 10, 20 cents more. We'll take that too. Thank you. Cash secured put writers. Well done on your SoFi. 832 right now. Up 27 cents. The high of the session. 7,099,000 shares traded. We got volume going through here on your SoFi. Buy wave is coming on right now. You gotta love this. Can't not be complained. Can't be complaining about that. Yeah. Okay. Thank you all. This is cool bean stuff. That's what I'm saying. All right, folks. I'm gonna pack it in. Not a lurker. Go SoFi manager. If I can make another $3,000 every day in 20 minutes, that'll be, $3,000 times 5 times 4 times. That's $720,000. Who needs a job if you can make that kind of money? I mean, really. Go manager, says not a lurker. Richard Carlin. Neat. There you go, right there. Giddy up, everybody. Make your dough, get richer, and enjoy the ride. Thank you for the 179 thumbs ups. Appreciate it. All of you helping out. You guys are the best. All right, guys, there it is. That's the story. I'm sticking to it. We're going to take our break now, and I'll get ready a little later this evening, to do a couple of shows on TWB today, being that it's Monday. Thank you all. We'll catch you here first thing tomorrow morning, 8 o'clock. Keep an eye on those markets. Make money today and get richer. Zed says, go manager, go. John Anderson, thank you, everybody. Zed Estate, neat. That's right. That's what we mean. 179 thumbs ups, and the knee emoji attack is underway. That's exactly what we need right now. Neat. Have a great day, everybody. Says not a lurker anymore. Giddy up, you kids. 179 thumbs ups, and they're coming in. Thank you. Neat. There you go. Okay, guys. Thank you. Have a wonderful rest of your day. We'll catch you first thing tomorrow morning, everybody. Thank you for being part of the show. Okay, guys. Thanks, dude. Neat. See you later. Bye for now. Oh, man.